Today on New England Living, we'll introduce you to the world of container farming and learn about the Boston-based company leading the way. Then it's off to Concord, New Hampshire for a one-of-a-kind rail biking adventure. Plus, from Boston to Peru, we'll meet the woman creating knitwear and jobs for women around the world. And we're back in our test kitchen cooking up fresh scallops with executive chef Matt King. It all starts right now on New England Living. New England has a style all its own. The people, the history, the culture. Join us as we discover the faces and places, the design and destinations, everyone and everything that makes New England extraordinary. This is getting a little spicy. Love the place you call home with New England Living. Thanks for joining us on New England Living. I'm Rachel Holt. They're changing the way the world grows its food, and they're based right here in Boston. Welcome to the future of farming. John Friedman is co-founder of Freight Farms, the world's leading manufacturer of container farming technology. And John, we're actually standing in a container farm, so first and foremost, what is this?
Well, this is the greenery, and you are in a shipping container that is underneath an overpass. This is the most advanced vertical farming application out there. The plant rows are actually dynamic, so they can be moved to create enough space for a wide variety of crops. So we do lettuces, herbs, brassicas, we do root vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, things like flowers, as you can see.
So what are the advantages of farming in a shipping container?
Well, one of the big barriers to entry for anybody looking to get into farming is land. And where is that land? What part of the world is that land in? So taking out the environmental constraints and the space constraint, in this farm we can actually grow over an acre of produce a year.
And each freight farm can produce its own unique ecosystem.
We control the water temperature, the water pH, the CO2, the airflow, humidity, the lights, and the great thing is we can really control that all through the cloud on your phone.
And I imagine somewhere like New England, where there are seasonal temperatures, this is especially beneficial because you can grow plants and crops and flowers year-round.
That's right. So New England is a really great spot for something like this because it's got the seasonal changes make it really hard to grow things like this. But I think we all really want that fresh farm-to-table experience, and this really brings it right on site.
And you tried to tell me that someone like me can actually own one of these. I don't need any experience. Is that actually true?
That is definitely true. We've got folks who are in elementary school running farms. We have folks who are moving into retirement looking to get into farming. So it's really not limited to people who have agriculture or farming background.
You can definitely do it. It's not a question of starting a farm, it's really starting a business.
Sean Cooney used to run software companies. Now he runs Cornerstock Farm, a collection of freight farm containers in East Boston.
A lot of it's very much like a regular farm. We buy some seeds from a nice seed supplier and have basically gone through lots and lots of variations of which produce to grow, looking at what people will buy.
Urban farming also offers local chefs a much wider variety of produce to choose from.
They're looking for something unique. They're looking for something on your menu that they can't get through the normal supply chain, or they're looking for a little bit more control and safety. If you're looking to add a new product to the market, you can take something that maybe is a really common plant, but you can actually tune it different ways based on its environmental response.
Chef Eric Cooper of Forage in Cambridge works year-round with local farmers like Sean.
We strive to use as much local produce as possible, and here in Boston in the wintertime, when you want something like fresh greens, that can be pretty challenging. I can get plenty of root vegetables year-round. I can get things like cabbage and kale, but a beautiful, light, delicate salad green like Sean's lettuces, that's pretty tough.
We come to Forage pretty much once a week, and we drop off 4 or 5 cases of lettuce to them, and it's on their menu pretty much every day. They can plan what they can get from us. They'll know that they'll be able to get the same quality of product year-round.
Freight Farms and Sean, they're able to give me a consistent product. I know exactly what I'm getting every week. He brings me special things that nobody else is bringing me, like wasabi arugula or beautiful fresh marjoram in the middle of the winter. We do a lot of preservation, and we try to find a lot of ways to bring fresh flavors in the winter, but nothing compares to having that fresh, bright, crispy green on the plate.
There's a lot of local demand for fresh, pesticide-free, herbicide-free produce that they know where it came from. They want to know the farmer. So places like your farmer's market, people who are making CSA crop sharing programs, and also grocery stores. Right now we have the largest network of farmers around the world, and we want to keep on growing that network so that more people see this as a path forward for fresh food supply.
Up next, part bike tour, part train ride. We're heading out on a stretch of railroad track along New Hampshire's Merrimack River for a truly unique experience that's giving new meaning to rail travel. Scenic Railriders was founded just last year by Massachusetts native Gary LeBlanc.
Scenic Railriders, we ride four-wheel bicycles on the railroad tracks. We have two-seat models and four-seat models. We can connect the bikes together, so if we have a group of people, we allow them to travel as one unit, almost similar to a train going down the tracks. Our rail bikes are all custom made by myself and my family. The bikes are all made out of aluminum, stainless steel axles. The bikes are very easy to pedal. Our wheels are custom made specifically for my company. I had a mold made and we have the wheels bonded to an automotive rim. They fit to the bike. I built this so that people can enjoy something different. It's unique, there's not many of these around.
Rail biking is so unique. According to Gary, there are less than 20 companies doing it across the U.S. and just a handful in New England.
Riding bikes on the railroad tracks. I certainly enjoy doing it, and I figured a lot of other people would as well.
Gary's wife, Carolyn, also helps run the family business.
To find an actual abandoned rail line that's usable was really hard. So we were lucky to find this place, this beautiful spot in Concord, New Hampshire. With his efforts and ingenuity and engineering, he was able to create these wonderful bikes and create a great way for people to explore this area. You know, it was just a great way to kind of have a family business.
And that's really what's made the business a success, is they're all willing to chip in where I need them to help. Thankfully, that's made it work.
All right, since we're all ready to go, we'll load up on the bikes and then we're ready to have a good day. All right, guys? Let's do it.
After a friendly welcome and a quick tutorial from Gary and Caroline's youngest son, Ethan, it was time to hop on a bike and try this out for myself. Off we go.
When we leave the station, we go into a really wooded area that has the beautiful Merrimack River on one side and ponds and lake on the other.
We have the river views, we have pastures, and we have cows. We have a couple of bridges we go over. There's a lot to offer. You're not just riding through the woods.
This is really cool. We're going over the bridge, over the Merrimack River, and it is absolutely gorgeous out here.
It's 3¼ miles of track, so 6.4 miles round trip. It usually takes about an hour and 50 minutes to complete the round trip.
All right, there's Gary's son. He's holding up traffic for us. Thank you so much. Along with the spectacular views, the ride comes with a bit of history too. These rails are the last remaining section of the original Northern Railroad line, first built in 1846.
We find that people usually travel about 8 to 12 miles an hour is typical speed. We always tell people, you know, this is not a race. It's meant to be a leisurely pedal. We advise people keep space between you and the bike in front of you. We don't want anyone to feel rushed as they're pedaling. We want people to be able to pedal at their own speed.
So we are approaching the turnaround, and what that means is we're gonna hop off the bikes, we're gonna head back the other way, because we have a lot more to see. Sending the bikes back around in the other direction was actually one of Gary's biggest challenges.
So we needed a way to turn them around because these bikes are far too heavy to pick them up and turn them around by hand. So we had to come up with a turntable. We can just take the bikes, load them on there, and just give it a shove, and it'll just keep spinning.
When we turn the bikes around, come on back to the station, we cross over Stools Falls Road, which is where we're located. It's another 2 miles to this location where you're gonna pass cornfields and Morel's Dairy Farm, where you can see all the beautiful cows and all the little calves and things like that.
So obviously we need to stop here and meet some of the locals. Look at all of these cows. With a newfound appreciation for nature and rail travel, it was time to bring this adventure back to the station.
All the comments I get from everybody who's done it is they love it. It's a unique thing to do. I'm looking to make it a rewarding experience for the family, and also, you know, hopefully an activity that the public will really kind of draw to and enjoy.
Coming up after the break, with a playful name and a powerful mission, we'll meet the woman turning a Boston-based company into a global fashion brand when New England Living returns.